Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Martinotti and welcome to the Stanley Parable. Now this is a pretty short game that came out not too long ago, and apparently it is going to teach us a very valuable lesson. From what I can tell, I haven't actually played it yet, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, even at the opening screen you have this weird monitor, I don't know, infinity mirror thing, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's my little DX Story counter up in the corner. That's kind of neat. I didn't expect it, because I can see it on my side, but it doesn't record onto the video. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, let's get started. In the options, I've already found there's a thing called extras, and then there's a thing called achievement. Now, I've already earned one achievement, just for quitting the game and starting it up again. So I'm sorry that you guys missed that, but I didn't expect it to happen. And then this should give us an achievement. Yes, it does. Achievement. Achievement. Is that really what it means? All right, can I refresh this? Yes, this is an achievement. Fantastic. So yeah, it looks to be an interesting game. I've heard good things. So we are going to begin and see exactly what happens. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Fantastic.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Oh.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Wow.
And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Uh-oh.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Really?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so we are Stanley then. That's neat. Can we interact with any of this? There's a coffee mug, which I cannot pick up. There's a computer that is blank. Alright, well, it looks like this is mostly going to be exploration.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean?
Yes.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Meeting
he had
room.
simply missed a memo.
Yes. Okay, where is the meeting room? This is difficult to navigate. Everything looks the exact same. Okay, it's probably this way. Oh, there's two doors. Crap.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On the left. Okay. Okay, did it just close behind us? Yes, it did. Alright. Maybe that was the right door then. Or what if we should have taken the right one? Oh. Damn. Okay. What is this?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. Can I alter this? Aw. Rest in peace, friends. I have no idea who that is. Okay. So we have to keep going. Using slides to assure employees, oh, everyone is unique. Me, most of all. Well, that's nice. What do people want? Money? More money? Alright, well, this is peculiar. The broom closet. Can we open that? We can! What's in there?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet.
Oh, there's
there
a
was
broom.
nothing here.
But
So
there's a
he turned
broom.
around and got back on track.
Is there really nothing here, or was that just him talking? I can't pick any of this up.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
All right,
No
then.
reason to still be here.
Fine, Mr. Narrator.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. This time, we're going to go against orders and go downstairs. Aha! What is that? That is a red light. What are those? That is an empty box, maybe? Alright, well, let's go this way. What happens? Oh, there's a car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yes.
He might be fired for that.
That is
and
the
in
reason.
such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
This is true.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Oh.
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a good
Why
point.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That's another good
And for
point.
that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Wait, what?
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at
Wait.
last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yes.
He yelled.
I guess.
This is all a dream.
What the hell is going on?
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He
This
wasn't
again?
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Okay.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to
Flying.
gently float above
Oh my
the
God.
ground.
We are higher up than
Imagined
usual.
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it
Oh my
too
God.
occurred. It was so much fun.
There's
and Stanley
stars.
marveled that he had still not woken up.
What
How
the hell?
was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
Okay.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Yes.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's a good
Now
question.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Uh-huh.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Yes. What?
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How
What?
could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
What?
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Right.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that?
Exactly.
This voice was a part of himself too, surely.
What?
Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
What?
He would prove that he was in control. That
How?
this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he
Okay.
invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
All right.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Oh,
Let me wake up,
that's
he thought to
pleasant.
himself. I'm through with this dream.
Yes.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Yes.
It's all I want.
Please.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
My life is normal. I am normal.
Yes.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
I am okay. Great. Oh, we're still here. What?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? Why did that happen? Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Wait, what?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Uh-huh.
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
Okay.
He collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
Yes.
This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Really?
And in that moment,
Okay.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Right.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Oh.
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Oh.
The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
Right.
And by extension, the rest of her life.
Yes.
She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Really? Okay. What? Okay. Great. Great, 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 great. What? I don't... we're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god, we have to do it all over again. I shouldn't have gone downstairs. Damn it. Alright, well, you know what? We are going to call it the end of the episode for today. Holy crap, I don't even know what this is. Is this a game or is this like a crazy test?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed whatever this is, and I will be back in this day after tomorrow. Bye-bye. What?